Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're learning how to edit your QVoice. And just a reminder, you need to have your own QVoice account as well as create your own QVoicer. You don't want to be using the demo account. To create a new QVoicer, I have a separate video on that. So you want to make sure that you're in your own QVoicer profile. First thing people want to do when they create their first account is what? You want to add names. You want to add people that you know. I'm using the 60 grid right now. I would recommend going into the names folder and start editing and adding people's names. So you long press on the Q menu and you go to edit. And this puts you in edit mode. You'll see at the very top, we have different modes here. I'm going to put a link in the description that goes through each one of those modes and what they actually mean and do. So all you have to do is press on the button you want to edit and then choose edit button. And say you have two daddies, you can also duplicate the button. And what we will do is duplicate it and we'll put it right next to or as close to the original button. Let's go and edit it. And let's call this, maybe you have a very close Uncle David. And this is what he sounds like.
Uncle David.
You can also spell it the way you want it to be pronounced.
Uncle David.
Or you can record your own pronunciation. That is an option as well. And you can either choose no icon, you can use a system icon. You can use your own emoji, or you can upload your own image or browse for our collection. When you're browsing, just keep in mind that we pre-populate it with the current button text, which is why it doesn't find anything. You have access to free stock images that we've included in the app. You can look at animated emojis, or you can search for GIFs. Let's see what they say for Uncle. Yeah, that looks like Uncle David. This is the parts of speech. This is what determines the color of this button. You can change the inner button color. I would rather it just be normal. You can change the outside button if you actually want to highlight that button for any particular reason. You can change the button text color as well. Everything else I'm going to leave alone. And there's Uncle David. That's how you edit a button. And say you don't want Uncle David here. You want to move Uncle David into another spot. Maybe you want to move Uncle David up here because it's a fun uncle that shows up randomly without any invitation. You can choose an empty spot that has the black plus and just search. And you will find Uncle David right there. And you can put him here. Or maybe you want to move him over there to this spot, closer to the pronouns. You just go to rearrange mode and you press Uncle David and you can move him over here. Or Uncle David can switch places with another word, whatever you want to do. Now, if you want to remove Uncle David because he's starting to annoy you and you no longer want him front and center, you can make sure you're in edit mode, press the button and just say remove. This removes Uncle David from the page. It doesn't delete him permanently. You would like to delete him permanently, you can. For now, we're just mad at Uncle David for a little bit, so we're just going to remove him from the front. But he still exists inside here. Something to note, when you do a search, we will show you everywhere this button is used. It's in row 1, column 4. Row 1, column 4. So when you select it, just know that everywhere Uncle David is used, he's usually over here. And if you want to preserve motor planning, you want to make sure that all instances of Uncle David stay in the same spot. If you've ever had icons move on you on your cell phone or on your desktop, you know the pain of that, where you're just thrown off. You're used to finding specific folders, specific icons in the general spot. And if it gets moved on you, it can throw you off. And we want to try to avoid that frustration, that mental hurdle, and try to keep all instances of the same button in the same location. So that's why I label columns and I label rows so that you can preserve the motor planning. So anywhere that Uncle David is used, you can tell is in the same location. If you want to add a brand new button, let's go into your friends folder. Say you met a new friend named Abigail. Press on any plus, and you can type Abigail. There are no new results, but even if there are results, you can still click a new button. You want it to be a button because you want it to be an actual word. You have the option of doing a folder or a scripts widget. We're going to do button. I'm going to make her a people noun. And this is Abigail. Let's fix her. And I want to call her Abby, but I want the button to actually say Abigail, but the pronunciation will just say Abby. Testing the pronunciation. Let's do an icon, a girl. Let's make her icon pink, and that is Abigail. And that is how you create a button. Now, one thing I tell parents all the time is choose a grid where the child can still access each button or folder with accuracy. If this is the size icon that they're able to target and touch with extreme accuracy, I would use this grid size and just hide the rest. Under edit mode, hide and show, and you can just start hiding all the words the child doesn't need right now. And if you want to see what it looks like, you can go into normal mode, and this is what it would look like when we exit edit mode. Hide and show also has a dim mode. And this is what it looks like. This is what I would recommend you do. Your motor plan and everything that you've taught them of where buttons are, stay in place. And as they're ready for more buttons will show up and fill up the grid, and then they can start accessing more words. This would be my recommendation. So hide and show is a very important feature in all AAC apps. And there you have it. That is the quick and dirty explanation on how to edit QVoice. The best way to learn the software is to play. So just play to your heart's content. As always, you can write to us if you have any questions. Let me know in the comments if you want to learn about anything else. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Bye.